The Grinch Face Art Tutorial by Hotpinkzebrapolish. So I'm going to begin by smoothing down my eyebrows with a wax-based hair product, although a glue stick would work just fine if you are in a pinch. And then after you finish that, you're going to want to powder over them generously so that they're no longer sticky. So now I'm going to be painting my face with a bright green paint. And I'm painting my entire face. You know, sometimes you leave a space here or there for different things, but since the Grinch is green in entirety, you want to paint your entire face green. And I'm also going to make sure I paint my ears and about 2 inches into my hair. And I do intend to wear a Santa hat, so I'm not going to worry about the top of my hair, but at least down the sides. So now with a darker shade of green, I'm going to start adding some of the details of the Grinch's face, and I'm going to start by painting his nose. And a lot of times when you see the Grinch face painted, the Grinch's nose is on the tip of the painter's nose. And, you know, that's fine. That is one way to do it. But if you look at the picture, the proportions are, he's got a really big gap between his nose and his lips and a much smaller gap between his noses and eyes. So I decided to paint about halfway up my nose just so that it sticks with the proportions that you see on the actual Grinch. So that's why I did it that way. And then you're going to want to paint a line going straight from the middle of the Grinch's nose and then down until it goes over your upper lip, and then paint the wrinkles on his face. And I'm going to be painting the Grinch in a pouting sort of facial expression here. And so you can really see the shadow on his chin, which is one thing I added. And then you're also going to need to make sure you add his eyebrows. And as you're adding his eyebrows, I'm going to make a smooth line along the bottom and then feather it out on the top to add the thickness. And that's going to make it look not so solid, and it'll make it look like it is actually hairy. And then above the eyebrows, you need to add his forehead wrinkles. And now I'm going to be blending out all of those green lines I just painted besides the nose and eyebrows. So I'm just going to take a damp brush and maybe a little bit of green paint depending on location and just blending them out so that it, you know, it's not such a harsh line. It's more of a gentle looking line. So then with white, I'm going to be blending a little bit of white here and there just to highlight areas. So I'm going to start going down either side between the nose and the upper lip and then highlighting the wrinkles. Highlight underneath the eyebrows. This is also going to help mask your own eyebrows a little bit too. So it's a double benefit there. And so now I'm going to be deepening my wrinkles even further with an eyeshadow brush and a really dark green eyeshadow. After I did this, I did decide that it had gone a little bit too far on the dark side, so I did lighten it. So if you, when you're doing this part, you may want to go a little bit more. You don't want to put quite so much of the dark color on as I did. And so now with that same dark green color, I'm going to be going over my eyelids, and I'm going to basically start by making just a general smoky eye, and then I'm going to extend that in a curving upward motion up until the end of the eyebrow. That's going to add to that Grinchy look, and also carry some of that darker eyeshadow underneath your eye, and then also between your eyes. I'm also going to use that to shade the bottom of my nose. So then, as I said, I lightened up some of my wrinkles, which is what I'm doing now. I'm using the light green color that I used in the beginning. I'm just going to go over them and lighten where I see fit. It's not completely necessary, you know, it depends on the style you're going for. I just thought mine had a little too much dark in it, so I wanted to lighten it up, which is just fine. You know, a lot of the painting, you want to go back and forth until you get it exactly how you want it. And so, yeah. Anyways, if you want to lighten up your wrinkles, now would be the time. So I'm going to be highlighting the my eyebrows with a light green, so using a dabbing motion to make it look hairy. And then with black, I'm going to be just defining all of the details. So I'm first going to underline the nose. So I'm just going to go along the bottom of the nose with black, and then down that line and make polka dots all over underneath my nose for the whiskers that the Grinch has. And then I'm going to be outlining a thin line for each wrinkle. And then go and low light my eyebrows in the same way that we highlighted them, but just on the bottom instead of the top. And then I'm going to paint 2 swooping lines on the corner of each eye for the eyelashes. The Grinch has very, very long eyelashes, so that's kind of fun to paint them on. And then I'm going to line my eyes with a thin line and smooth that into those 2 lash lines we painted. And you don't want to go too heavy with the eyeliner, just because, you know, we want to keep the Grinch fairly simple. And then tight line your water lines just to have a nice clean line there, and then curl your lashes and apply black mascara. Okay, if you like, you can apply a pair of long false eyelashes just to give the Grinch those trademark super long lashes that all the Whos have. I'm going to be filling in my upper lip with some lime green eyeliner, and I know this is kind of a strange color you may not have. This is just going to make your lips last a little longer if you can go over it with eyeliner, and the same with the black line. And then I'm going to fill in my lower lip with pink, just a light pink lipstick. I'm going to put a headband on my head, that one that's not super tight, and then I'm going to pull out some of the hair on the side. So my hair's in a loose ponytail, and so I can just pull it out, and because it's got that body paint in it, it'll sort of stick out like the Grinch's side hair does. And so you can pull that out with the tail of a brush or a comb, and then you can spray it, and then add yourself a Santa hat, and you are ready to go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this design. Please share any recreations with me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I would really love to see them, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!